Each week on this video, we'll give you 3 sneaky ads that you can pick up in your fantasy baseball league. I'm Alan Seslowsky. He's Jeff Erickson.
During draft season, we thought that the Colorado Rockies would use Alex Colomé as their closer. Instead, the Rockies chose column B and went with Daniel Bard, who got the save. He's been a closer before. Bud Black in spring training did talk about wanting to get a closer with strikeouts. If you want to invest in a Colorado closer, we know the ups and downs that come with that, and particularly in Bard, who has lost his control at times. But right now, it appears that Bard, and not Colomé, is the closer there. So he's my first sneaky ad.
And what percentage of your fab in a mixed league?
Pretty light, 3%.
Okay, give me your second sneaky ad that we could pick up heading into week 2.
It's a good week for streaming pitchers. We're already starting to see some teams that we are wanting to pick on. We want to pick on Arizona. We want to pick on Oakland. I think we want to pick on Cleveland and Cincinnati. They play each other this week. Rookie pitcher Nick Lodolo for the Cincinnati Reds. He is going to be starting against Cleveland, making his major league debut. It's a little scary doing that, but I think he's going to have a nice little matchup against the Cleveland Guardians. And so I think we're going to go ahead and tab him as next. He's a very polished prospect. 3 good pitches, rising in the prospect ranks. James Anderson, our prospect guy, likes him better than Hunter Green this year.
So what percentage of your fab would you spend just to get him on your roster?
Another modest bid. There's no big fab guy so far this week. So I would say probably around 2 to 3% again.
All right, give us one more sneaky ad that you want to pick up this week.
The San Francisco Giants called up a prospect, Heliot Ramos, outfielder who is number 112 on James Anderson's prospect list on RotoWire.com. He's getting the call. I want to see how much playing time he gets. He may have to be a little circumspect, but he's a good enough prospect that you don't think they'd call him up wantonly. I think it would be more that because they want to play him. He had 3 good games down in AAA. They got started actually slightly ahead of the big leaguers this year. The AAA did because of the lockout-related schedule. But Ramos is a guy I think that is worth tracking. And I think if you need to wait for a guy to get called up before you pick him up, well, here he is. So go minimal. I'd say 1% of your budget on him. It's a speculative bid. But go ahead with Ramos.
Of those 3 players, how would you prioritize them?
Bard, Lodolo, and then Ramos. And with the pitchers, Alan, I mean, the starting pitchers, there's a handful of guys you could go with. And depending on how deep your league is, they may or may not be available. Like Luis Patino is only available in a few leagues, but he gets a start against the A's, and he has a 2-start week this week. The A's are another team we want to attack this week, or attack, period. Taijuan Walker may have been, in some thinner mixed leagues still available. He's got a 2-start week this week. So that's another guy you watch for there. He might be limited in his first start, but his second start's the better of the 2 starts anyhow.
Okay, since you watched this video to the end, Jeff, let's give them one bonus sneaky ad.
All right, this is a kind of quasi-closer. Cincinnati Reds' Tony Santillan got the save on opening day. A little bit of a shocker. Some people thought it might be Art Warren or Luis Cessa that gets the first chance. But manager David Bell did say that Santillan wants him to work in high-leverage situations. Well, getting a save is a high-leverage situation. Now, he had some help in so much that the Reds were ahead 6-1, and the pitcher that came in the 8th inning gave up a 2-run homer to make it 6-3, creating the save chance. However, he came in and he was nailed, striking out 2 out of 3 batters. He's much better in relief than he was as a starter. That's a common path for a lot of closers. There's a chance that Santillan gets a few more saves. Keep in mind the Reds, though, don't use a traditional closer. They use high-leverage relievers. Lucas Sims is coming off the IL eventually sometime later this month, so he may be in the picture as well. So don't expect Santillan to get every save chance, but he'll get a few more.
The best way to stay ahead of your league in fantasy baseball is with RotoWire all season long. You can try RotoWire Premium right now for 10 days free. Just go to rotowire.com/try.